Raider personnel.
Raiders. In your ears, in your eyes, in your grandma's hearts.
That's right.
Happy
Raider
Thanksgiving,
personnel.
folks.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday,
Mm.
everyone. And, get ready for the Chiefs this week. What a game
Yes,
last
sir.
week that the offense was moving the ball but kept hitting the wall in the red zone, huh?
Yep, that's the same problem we had last week. Yep, same problem, man. And we're moving. We're moving.
That's
We
right.
are moving the ball. It was great to see McCormick come up from the practice squad and immediately make an impact. That was great to see. I remember we talked about it last time. It's like you never know. It's like these practice guys that can come in and change everything. You can find a running back almost anywhere. So that was great to see. And then, we did see that Brock Bowers was they definitely game plan to keep him,
Exactly.
very
We saw
minimal
less of Brock,
damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely
But that was great to see Jacoby and Trey
Exactly.
Tucker blow up because Tucker had like 83 yards, I think. So he was like, 11 yards, I think, per catch, 11.7. And then Mayers with 120. That was beautiful with 10 receptions.
Yeah.
Man, 12 yards, pretty much average first down with every catch.
Right.
And you love to see it. I wish he was a little bit more of a playmaker.
Right.
He's definitely a full-on possession receiver, but then again, that's what Tucker and Turner are. They're playmaker guys. The ones that catch the ball and do some damage. Brock Bowers, even though they did, try to stop them, we still wasn't afraid to throw to him. They literally had to put Patrick Surtain on him, and that's their best guy. You have to put your best guy on our rookie. Yeah, on our rookie. Yeah. Okay. So
get some respect.
In the
end,
some respect on his name. The quiet ones are the scary ones.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, but in the end, it's the same thing every week. It's like you can tell our quarterback's holding us back because there are times where Minshew. There's a play where he dodged the pass rush that was on the outside, and then he moved up, and on the very right, it was open. The only person that was there was Jackson Powers Johnson, and I'll tell you right now, I'd love to run behind Jackson Powers Johnson if he's full head of steam. That's my guy.
Yeah,
that's better than a fullback.
Yeah.
And then he ran to the left instead where there was two defensive ends, and then he ended up getting smacked by the pass rushers that, were going around him that he dodged in the first place. So his vision is super poor.
Yeah.
And his accuracy is still pretty off. There was a play too, I believe it was Tucker, where we're like towards the end of the second half and, we needed him to throw a great pass so Tucker can catch it and run to the out of bounds.
Right.
But he threw it and Tucker had to jump and adjust to catch it. And we stopped them in the middle of the field instead of, stopping the clock. Yeah. So, it's definitely, I want to say from the very beginning, it's a quarterback's thing. Our offense is looking much better. It's looking much alive. Yeah. Our running game looked better than it's had maybe for, the past 6
No, you
weeks,
could tell the difference. The pocket was there. You know what I'm saying? There was some times where the pocket was perfect. And Minshew had time. And and, sides would get pushed in, like the Miller would get pushed in, or or what's his name, number 66, who would get pushed in.
Glaze?
No, that's 71.
No. That's isn't that That's Mumford?
Not Mumford. Mumford's been out.
Who was it?
I forgot his name.
We'll look it up real quick.
He was getting pushed back. I believe it was even the week before. And but Miller is getting killed as well. I mean,
he was on a.
But Minshew was trying to escape that out on that side. As soon as that Miller would cave in, he would just run to one side into the defender, not necessarily escaping the pocket and making time for himself. But the times that he did, I felt like he could have just thrown it away.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Or he didn't.
Yeah.
I can understand that the defender's near him, and he doesn't want to necessarily throw the ball and cause a fumble, but there was some chances there to get rid of that ball and avoid the sack. But
for sure. Number 66 is Dylan Parham. So, yeah. So I do remember that we talked about him last week. So, he was getting pushed back. And you're right. That's what it is about Minshew. Is he's definitely skittish because there are times we were watching the game and he just looked solid in the pocket. He sat there, walked up, and then hit it. I just don't know what's going on. Like towards the end, it's like, is he not picking his nose enough to get enough snot? It's like, is that what it is that we stopped him from doing that, so his magic is gone?
Right.
But and then
he's embarrassed.
Yeah, he's embarrassed by it. He can't bring out his secret weapon. He's like, that's how the ball slings out of my hand. And it sticks to my receiver's hands.
Yeah, no, I mean definitely there was some better offense. They moved the ball, man, but hit the wall in the red zone. The only touchdown was for Abdullah, and that was a 5-yard pass, and he ran for the rest of the 25. Right? So 25 yards to get the touchdown. And I mean, that was about it. They could after that within 5 yards. No score, right? A punt.
Yeah.
They were within 10 yards, and still it was only a punt. So, not a punt, but a field goal. Sorry, yeah.
Field goal. Yeah, because we were talking about like, man, he should have went for that one. It's like we got nothing to lose. Like, we lose a game. We're just moving another draft pick higher.
Right.
Or what if we hit it and then now we have momentum? Like, even if we lose, at least we know, like, as a team, that we're like, we can do these things. It's just we're being held back by something.
And it was deja vu, man. I mean, the Raiders had the momentum until the interception, right? Until the interception, then Denver came back and it became alive all of a sudden. And you just see them, making better plays. But even then, it was still tough. They still went 3 and out, one drive after that, right? I mean, the defense was holding it down with all these injuries. I got to give them props. Man.
Yeah. Seriously, man, definitely big props, man. Two marquee players on the line, 2 corners. Our third one, Jack Jones, is playing injured. We lost Epps for the season. Even though that was a while ago, we still lost him for the season.
Well, Wilkins,
Mao is good, but he's still young. So it's like, and then 25,
Richardson.
Richardson he's a rookie.
Yeah,
he has the talent. It's just, I wish he could have stepped up more and not get beaten so badly. Yeah. But, these are our learning things. If you don't remember, Jacorian Bennett was like that last year. And look at him, man. Before the injury, his confidence is sky high. Right. So I don't want to, discourage Richardson either. And AP is not going to do that. AP is going to be like, hey, man, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, get your ass back out there again. This is what happens.
That's what he said in the press conference too. I mean, that's what he was saying. He's like, I'm not gonna pull the guy. He's got to learn. He's got to go out there.
How's he gonna get better?
Exactly. And I mean, to his credit, I mean, he held his coverage, but he just didn't do anything with it. He was a couple steps behind the receiver, and then again, this is Surtain, right? Wasn't it Surtain? No.
Yeah. Cortland Surtain. Yeah. Or Cortland Sultan.
Surtain's the defender.
Yeah, he's good, dude. He's good. Cortland Sultan, I hate the donkeys, but dude's a good receiver. He's got hands, and he's I think he's 6'4", 6'5".
Like Megatron.
And when he was when he threw that ball to the end zone, and Jack Jones was on him, it looked like Jack Jones was up to his chest, and dude just looked like he just grabbed the ball over him and just give me that, And they got some really good players, as much. And in the end, we were in the game. We were giving it to Bo Nix. He didn't know what to do. It wasn't until the end when, finally things started breaking down. If we would have scored those touchdowns, we would have put pressure on Nix. And then that's when his mistake starts coming out, is when he has to do more. When he is in the system, he doesn't have to do anything crazy. He has to just play into his windows. And, he's going to do good. But it's we definitely, I think it's another game with Crosby without a sack.
Yeah.
Our Tyree Wilson, though, that dude's coming around.
He's coming around.
Yeah. He should have smacked Bo Nix for what he was talking to him.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for sure. But he's starting to bring that drive. He's
starting to come out, man.
O-line.
Yeah.
Man, bro. I mean, it was different.
It's slowly taking away that bust title. It sucks because even if he does okay, it's still bad because he was a top 5 pick. Right. But if he can come up and really because it's not like he doesn't have talent. Dude's got speed and strength.
Yeah.
And he can be another Crosby if he could just get it together. And this is all great experience for next year. We got Wilkinson back, Kuntz back. Imagine on third down and long, It'll be Crosby, Kuntz, Wilkinson, and Tyree
There's no
Wilson.
blitzing, bro. It's just, I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
there's no
at
point.
all.
Don't. Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Who you gonna double team? Like, and I think Kuntz is gonna come back, and obviously, you never know how somebody is with an injury,
Right.
but
Yeah.
he's got a whole
That's
year
true.
off. He's full recovery by
Yeah.
next season. He's motivated. He the way he talks, like when he did the interviews last year, like he's got like that different mentality.
Yeah.
Like he's like ready to burst, man. That's why that's was my real big hope, because we knew about Crosby, we knew about Wilkinson,
Hmm.
coming from the Dolphins, we knew about Crosby,
Right.
but Kuntz was the one that I was like excited about, because I was like,
Yeah.
dude's like one of those speed rushers. He's gonna get to it, and you're not gonna double team him. You'll be a fool to double team him with those other two guys.
No,
And
yeah, most definitely. I mean,
didn't even make it to the first game, and that's when it hit us hard.
that D line is going to be deadly, man. I mean, I hope we get a
Oh yeah,
quarterback, and can you imagine? That would be definitely a rounded team, and then everything after that,
complete.
it's just meshing. The coaching,
Yeah,
right? Then there'd be no one else to
yeah.
blame after that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because maybe AP won't be in these bad position where he makes these mismanagements.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't have to like get into that pressure. It's also
Mhm.
a lesson learned for AP too. Like
Yeah.
get this season out of the way. Obviously, this team is not quitting on you. I do see like Crosby frustration every loss. He's starting to see it more and more and more. But
Yeah.
they got a strong culture, man, and they just need that quarterback, man. Like I guess I would like to
Yeah.
start winning now just to keep everybody happy. That just means we're gonna have to trade up to get our guy, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
sucks,
Exactly.
but it's like I don't want to kill the culture, because if we lose out and people just are like really upset, and then in the end we're gonna have to fire AP, and in the end maybe that's not a bad thing either, to with all the coaches that are out there,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like how many times we're going to just keep firing coaches? You know,
Exactly. Exactly. The
it's
the
like,
chemistry there,
yeah,
the culture in the Raiders organization hasn't been consistent, hasn't been
yeah,
the same for a long time. I mean, with
yeah,
the whole Gruden before, and then after
hmm,
that we had the McDouffles, and then
yeah,
you know what I mean. And
yeah, and then
before,
it's
even before
like,
Gruden, we had the guy from Hayward. I forgot his name. But we had McKenzie and we had McKenzie as GM that brought in Carr, that brought in Mack,
yeah,
and that was like the only time that it was really consistent, man. I mean, those 4 or 5 years.
Dennis Allen,
Not Dennis Allen. After Dennis
no,
Allen,
um,
um, he coached the Jaguars, I think. The Jaguars or the Panthers? I can't remember. No, not the Panthers. It wasn't
oh,
the Panthers.
Jack Del Rio,
Jack Del Rio.
Jack
That
Del
was like the
Rio, yeah,
only time, bro. The only era where
hmm,
the Raiders were consistent, I guess you could say. I mean,
yeah,
they weren't
yeah, we were pretty
necessarily
good,
winning, right? I mean, but they were competitive, and I think
yeah,
we made the playoffs in 2015 in the wild card to lose to the Texans.
yeah,
So you know what I mean?
and that's when Carr had a
That's
broken
when
leg,
Carr had,
so
yeah,
yeah.
and saying Carr was on fire that year, bro, and
Yeah, he was
unfortunately,
MVP talk for
yeah,
him before he got injured.
right,
So
right, yeah. So I
yeah,
mean, that was the last time I remember from 2012, 2010, maybe
yeah,
to 2015, 2016. And then after
yeah,
that, we brought in Gruden, and he dismantled that team, right? Or
yeah.
at least brought in his own folks. And now we're kind of getting rid of that phase and coming into getting rid of the Josh McDaniels phase.
Josh McDaniels stank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a piece of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But
Because after Gruden, we had that our special teams guy as the coach.
yeah,
They rallied behind him. We made it to the playoffs.
yeah,
It was obvious. It was his first head coaching job, so he didn't get the management style about it.
right,
And the players loved him, and they vouched for him.
yeah.
And then Mark Davis was like, "Nah, I'm gonna get Josh McDaniels, because
Josh
he has a
McDaniels,
history of failing
because he
horribly."
likes the big name, right? He likes the.
Hmm,
I mean, he didn't
hmm.
look at Denver, bro. What did he do? I mean, that was
Yeah,
horrible.
like
And
look how
plus,
quickly they want to get rid of him. Like
yeah,
that should have been enough
exactly,
sign.
exactly. And
It
it was the
yeah,
same
so
here. I mean, a year and a
yeah,
half. So
yeah. Like it didn't take him that long for everybody to hate him.
yeah, it's just
I mean,
crazy.
we all saw that receiver show. When
Yeah,
Devontae was like, "Bro,
yeah,
y'all gotta get me out of here. They're
yeah,
about to
yeah,
kill me
yeah.
here."
And that's another thing too, right? With
Yeah,
what Charles Woodson said, we can't have anything good. And then I don't know if you saw the presser. This last presser that AP
the one
said.
today. No.
Yeah. He was saying that the Chiefs and the Raiders is like the best team versus the worst team. To say that he's the worst team, I don't know how that reflects on the players. But as a coach, I guess you got to be a little honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best team in the division versus the worst team in the division.
Yeah, the division, exactly.
You can't. He's not he's not lying about anything.
Right.
Like, I don't know who has a worse record than us. The Jets, the Giants, and like in the AFC, it would be the Jets, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other team is and the Jaguars. The Jaguars. I forgot. So it's Jaguars. Right now it's Jaguars, Giants, and then Raiders. And I think for the draft pick. But yeah, so yeah, we're definitely at the bottom.
Yeah.
But another good plus about the game that we forgot to mention is Dylan Ladu or Labe.
Laube,
Get it?
Lobe.
Yeah, got his first touch, 59 yards.
That's right.
No fumble.
Made up for that fumble, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, good vision, man.
In winning position there.
Yep. He was definitely there for it. And then let's not forget Diablo with that punt, with that fake punt.
With that fake punt. That was nice to see because that told everybody there that they were there to win. Before you think they'd go there to just not lose, right? And now
exactly.
That's which plays that make it happen.
Yeah, which made the field goal and be in the red zone very confusing play. Because we were there to win. We were there to win. We're that close. Yeah, we got to go for it.
And we just went for 3. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, what can you do? I mean, that's AP right there, and that's your boy.
Yeah, it's the mismanagement, man. So.
Well, Minshew's gonna start Friday, man. What do you think?
You mean Aiden O'Connell? Aiden O'Connell's gonna start. Minshew's gonna start rehab.
Aiden O'Connell's gonna start, man. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's our best choice, honestly, because we saw what Ritter did. If for Ritter, it's either gonna run or easy passes. At least Aiden O'Connell, he's been reading the playbook, studying, and doing all that stuff while he's injured. And he just goes in there, does what he does, just manages the game, and doesn't look horrible. He was there when we whooped the Chiefs last year, so maybe that does it again. I
feel the same way, but I don't know. He's got.
But
injury, man.
Yeah, the Thunder injury is serious, and it looks like we're not getting Daniel Jones, which I didn't think we were anyway. Daniel Jones wanted to go play for a winning team. Yeah, me too. I was hoping not either. But that means it's going to be Aiden O'Connell and Ritter, and then we just got to see if we can find another quarterback out there as an emergency, just in case. But it's going to be good. Let's see how far he can throw it. See, maybe he's more accurate than Minshew. He'll sling it down. That's the one thing I know about Aiden O'Connell. He's not afraid. Yeah. Now the mobility is going to be the issue, but I'm hoping that he has better vision. The offensive line gets it together.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe Philbin is doing a great job, man. This is like 2 weeks in a row we had the same offensive line rotation.
Yeah.
Miller, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, he was doing good the last 6 weeks, so hopefully that was just a fluke because it's the Broncos defense. So let's see. Hopefully, this is a new week. He gets it together. Glaze started off strong.
It's even worse. It's the Kansas City defense, bro.
Yeah, Chris Jones there, man. They have a really solid team. Even their linebackers are really good. So, and then they have the corner. The corner is really, really, really good, and it's just going to be tough. Yeah. But it can happen, man.
It happened last year.
You got to get turnovers.
Nobody expected
you got to get
Christmas
turnovers.
Day for the Raiders to win last year.
Yep, Christmas Day, and then after Thanksgiving. So maybe they're too stuffed from eating, and we come in there and surprise them.
They're distracted from the discounts on Black Friday.
Yep, exactly. Black Friday, get your Raiders gear.
Get your Raiders gear. Yeah, man.
It won't get cheaper.
They're in Kansas City, so I don't know if it's going to snow, what the weather's going to be like, but for sure they're playing outdoors. That could be a factor. Young players, right? They're not, there's a lot of young players on this team that are going to be playing because of the injuries, because McCormick's going to play again.
For sure. Yeah, because I still Yeah, still Samir and Matheson are still
Right,
injured, correct?
right,
Yeah,
right.
they're out. Yeah, so yeah, and we're already in Wednesday. If they're not practicing today, chances are,
No,
they
yeah,
won't play.
questionable for Madison and
Yeah.
uh, doubtful for Zamir. So
Oh, so doubtful. So Zamir is definitely out,
yeah.
which sucks because you want a power back when it's like cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, in the end, it's not like he was really doing like a big job for us too.
Trey
So,
Tucker's not going to be 100%. He's
oh,
limited practice. So that's
ooh, that's gonna
one for
hurt.
sure. That we need Trey Tucker out there. I mean, Turner's good, but the more
Yeah,
weapons, the better, right? You saw last week, right? They scored with Mayer. You said 100 yards,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
With with Mayers, yeah, we got 121 with Mayers. He had 10
nice,
catches.
nice, yep,
But yeah, we also need to involve Michael Myers.
right,
Like if they're doubling Bowers, then give it to Michael. Get him involved
yeah,
too.
yeah.
And we got a solid team. So it's like we shouldn't be afraid of weapons. And hopefully Aiden O'Connell sees that and he slings the ball around to everybody that needs it. Jacoby Myers can catch anything. He's not afraid. He hit those slants. Tucker, you put it in front of him so he has
Yeah, he
space
got
to
hit.
move.
He got
Yeah.
hit one time, that one play, right, where he got smacked in the
Yeah.
back. Yeah, I mean that was tough,
Yeah.
bro. I would
Yeah,
have coughed
that
that
was a
ball up
great
quick, right?
catch. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember I saw that play and I immediately texted you like, "What a catch!"
Yeah,
Like my
yeah.
back would have been blown out. I'd have been able to walk off the field. I'd have to drag my corpse. He got
That
up
was funny.
quickly too and
Yeah,
celebrated. So
right,
yeah, man,
right.
he's definitely really good. But like I said, the only negative on him is that he's not like a playmaker type. He's not gonna like catch the ball, make a move, and take off. So that's got to be Turner, but Tucker, but Tucker doesn't have that number one receiver mentality to like consistently get him the ball. That
Yeah,
we have to put in the right place where he can just take off and make his move. And then Bowers, he can do everything a receiver can do
yeah.
with a tight end body, and Michael can just outmuscle you. So and he's got hands. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, we
yeah,
have weapons.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we have
Michael Mayer
weapons.
has hands, bro, and
Yeah,
he gets no credit. He's not
it's
Bowers,
hard.
right? I understand that, right? Because
Yeah,
yards after the
yeah,
catch, all these accomplishments that Bowers has
yeah,
made. But
and just the
like,
yeah.
that's a double-headed monster, if you ask me.
Yeah,
We're doing the
two
same
different
thing
types
that
of tight
Boston. I
ends.
mean,
Yeah,
not Boston. Baltimore is doing, but with the tight ends. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
And then the back in the days when New England did that with
exactly.
Hernandez and
Yeah,
Kronk, and I'm
yeah.
not saying they're them either,
Right.
but it's possible, especially if we're
Yeah,
trying to establish a run. You want the
exactly.
two tight end sets and get that going, but
Right.
also we got to get a fullback too. We got to get a real fullback, and that 'cause even if he's not going to play as much, even just to have him there, it's like we should definitely use him for that. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, look, let's see what Aiden O'Connell does. We scored 19 points again. It was like 3 weeks in a row or something like that. And
Yeah,
so,
something,
but
some
the offense is looking
stupid.
better. The offense is moving, and I'm excited for next year. It's still a lot of football games this year, which
Yeah,
sucks. So it's just like I said at this point, it's like maybe we should start winning. Like if we can win when other teams below us are winning, I'll take those. Lose the games they were supposed to lose.
yeah.
You know,
Well, we're at the
and
three
just
spot for
moving
the
up.
draft, right?
Yeah, either 3 or 4, one of them.
Hmm.
So I know no, it's no, we're 4 because the people in front of us are going to be the Jaguars, the Titans, and then I believe the Giants.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then us.
And the
So,
Giants are going to be looking for a quarterback.
oh yeah.
So
So they'll be our biggest threat.
they'll be
So
our
that's what I'm
big,
saying.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have to get at least one or two. If you think they want Shador, and if the Raiders you really want Shador, then you're gonna have to go and get one. But if you're okay
yeah.
with either or, you know, then you can take the two. It will cost you less, and you'll just sit there and get the second best quarterback. As long as you come in thinking it's a two quarterback draft, like these two are the two best, then and you don't know which one you like the most, then
Yeah.
you can sit at number two and let them decide for you.
What if they decide to pick later in the draft, or what if they decide not to necessarily pick in the draft, but maybe give off that first round pick for, say, I don't know, Fields? Maybe.
Nah, because for
No, I
Fields, you
know
don't want to
Fields
give
is
up more
not
than
a
a
first
fifth
round.
round pick.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
But you can add them to like a bunch of draft picks. That let's say if we're going to trade our first round, we're going to get somebody else's 2 or 3 first round picks and Fields.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I could see us doing that. I also can see us doing where they like other quarterbacks that are
Yeah.
later in the draft.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they don't feel like damn Shador is not as good as we think he is,
Right.
and they don't want the pressure of disrespecting Dion if he's there and not drafting him.
Yeah.
So, if they stay at 4 or 5 and they're like, oh, if Shador is there, we'll draft him. And if he gets drafted ahead of them, then they could have the option of, okay, let's trade back, accumulate some picks, and see if we can get a quarterback in the second round. One of these second tier guys that you just
Yeah.
need, like, the right system to put them in the right place.
Yeah.
And,
That's
which, it happens a lot. So,
yeah. Well,
but then again,
that's
it could be
another
like
thing that
last
scares
year.
me though. That's another thing that
Yeah.
scares me. Well, I'll let you finish, but that do they draft these quarterbacks and is the system good for these quarterbacks that they'll
Yeah.
go and come up on?
And that's how it is in the end. Look at Bo Nix, man. He's really not that good. But Sean Payton has a
Yeah.
system for him. Yeah, he has a system. And that's what matters. He can get good later, but, it's the system that you're in now what matters.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I mean, let's see. We'll see how it goes. And,
Yeah.
like, we can get somebody and, just figure out if that route is the way to go. I mean, I've heard about a couple other quarterbacks that they were talking about that. Like last year, they were like, oh, these are the guys that are coming up. And,
Right.
now you don't hear too much about them. So it's like, or it could be like last year where, all these other quarterbacks, that had second round grades on them made it to the first round, which Bo Nix was one of them, and JJ McCarthy and the dude from the Falcons. So,
Yeah.
it could just be that, quarterback is that position where, it don't matter what grades you get on it. Like if you need that guy, you just got to get him. Yeah. So
Let's
we'll
hope
see
they
what the
make a
Raiders
smart
do,
move.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's negatives with both quarterbacks.
Right.
They say Cam Ward looks for the big plays too much. They said that he reminds them of like a less athletic Anthony Rich or a smaller Anthony Richardson, where
Okay.
he'll have like 11
Yeah.
attempts for like 100 or 11 completions for the whole game, but
Yeah.
have like 190 yards. It's like it's big plays or nothing type. Or he looks to make those aggressive plays. And then Shador, everybody, they're worried about his personality, the way he talks to his teammates, and will he take it serious? Like,
I
because he
see.
has all the money. Like, will he come in and put the effort? Um, but that's why you need somebody, a coach like AP. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I could see
Yeah.
AP going to Dion's house and just sitting back talking.
Playing
And
dominoes and
then
shit.
Dion
Yeah.
could be talking to his son, like, dude, this dude knows what you need to respect him. You need to, get on him, like, stop embarrassing us.
Yeah.
So they obviously listened to him, because his dad is the one that told him to come out this year and not last year.
Oh, I see.
So he told his sons that they had to stay for another year, so they could get to like a more pro ready style
Yeah.
and take it more serious. So they obviously respect their father and
Right.
his decision. So
Right. Right. Right.
if you got a guy like AP, they're gonna be like, all right, they're gonna understand from their father that what they're getting out of him and show a little bit more respect and listen. So hopefully that's what I'm imagining with AP.
Yeah, no, that'd be. I
Yeah.
hope so too. I hope Shador works out, bro. I kind of want to see him in that Raider uniform because I feel like, at least in Colorado, the highlights I've seen, that he's poised as a quarterback, meaning that he's calm in the pocket and running
Mm-hmm.
out on the outside. He's waiting for that play to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And throws the
Yeah.
ball when it's the
Yeah.
perfect time.
Yep.
Now I
Yep.
don't know if that's instinct or is that just play design, but I feel like it looks right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Every time unless it's like a play design boot,
yeah,
everything is like if they have to get out the pocket, that's all
right,
quarterback.
right,
So like I definitely like that, and you're absolutely right. Like that's our main issue this we having this season with Minshew was his
yeah,
poise in the pocket.
yeah,
So just to see that from Shador is like okay, that's what we're missing. And I love quarterbacks that pass to run, not the run to pass.
right,
Like
right,
the
right,
Lamar
right.
Jackson is dope.
Yeah,
Justin Fields are badass. But I like the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens. Like they're gonna kill you with their hands, and if there's nothing there, they're gonna hurt
yeah,
you with their feet.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
little less Josh Allen because that dude's aggressive. He'll put your shoulders down. He'll
Right.
leap
He's a
over
big
you.
dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
him. I've
Mahomes will
seen him.
slide. Get out. I seen them. So yeah, I think we have the pieces in place. We're just missing that one key. And defense always plays better when they have a competent offense. That an offense that can let them rest. Imagine that defensive line having rest
Yeah.
coming in. And then we have a lead. Oh, like, okay, let's eat. Try to run if you want, kill some time. We ain't
Yeah.
tripping. But if you go back there, you take those 3 steps and you throw, we coming to get you.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna be dangerous, man. We're gonna
Man, I
be
hope so. I want to
dangerous.
see that
That will, yeah,
Coast, Wilkins, Max,
yeah.
and Tyree
And
in there.
Tyree, man,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why I
that'd be
was
raw.
that man. That's why my mind was like 14-3. It was like
Yeah.
ferocious D line. You know,
And
and
at first they held out their side of the bargain, man. They were doing right. They were doing well, but injuries came in,
yeah, it's
creeping
literally
up. We
been the
started with
past.
Epps, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Mm-hmm. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, man, it really has just been these past 2-3 weeks that they gave up. Not really they gave up, but they broke the wall sooner than usual because usually they get us to the very fourth quarter and
Right.
then offense still not doing nothing.
Right.
What can you expect out of them? But yeah, the
Exactly.
past 2 weeks for sure that they've been like breaking sooner than the fourth quarter, and there's been a lot more openings. But this far into the season, players are not as motivated because it's like we just want to get this over with.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it, but that's just it has to. We're humans. It has to go through your mind, like, I'm gonna do this again, even
It's
though
frustrating. Yeah,
what
you
we're
know
gonna
you're
get
not
out
gonna.
of it,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're not gonna get much. Yeah, I mean
yeah,
at this point, yeah, you're just playing for next year, man, and
yeah,
for those players to stick around and try to keep them around, and you know what I
exactly,
mean. So yeah, I get it. And but at the same
yeah,
time, I don't want to see the team lose either. I don't want to see them just
yeah,
completely like you give out necessarily, and it doesn't
exactly,
seem like it on the field. They show up.
yeah. They show
So
up like Crosby's flying, everybody's
right,
flying, and like you said, man, it's the injuries. Like it
yeah,
just catches up. It's not trying to make excuses, but that's just how it is in the NFL.
yeah,
Yeah, everybody has injuries, but how many people have that many injuries in their corner? The teams that have done it, they're bad. You know,
yeah,
And look at every team. Take out their starting corner, who is also their nickel,
yeah,
and then take out your two best, your second and third best, pass rushers or linemen,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
tell
for
me
sure.
tell me what that that for the Chiefs that'll be Allen or not Allen their defensive tackle and their badass corner. You take those two out, that defense is not the same. It's not the same, and like you have to give the same excuse to the Raiders that you're giving to other teams. Like, what if their starting corner and their two, second and third best defensive linemen are out?
Exactly,
So
exactly. I don't think
that's
I've
just what
ever
it is, man.
seen the Chiefs without Mahomes, even when Mahomes is
Yeah,
injured.
yeah. I mean, he's always been there.
Yeah.
It's Chris Jones. That's who it is. Chris Jones. Like, if
Yeah,
imagine
Chris
Chris
Jones.
Jones and their badass corner were out, like that defense will suffer. Now for us, it's Wilkinson and Kuntz
Yeah.
and Hobbs, and
Hobbs. Yep.
Jacorian Bennett.
Yep.
So it's like, and then Hobbs was also our not just our starter but our nickelback. So that's a double loss. So it's like, we have to have somebody else to not only replace as the starter, but replace the nickel too.
Crazy.
So
Yeah. No,
yeah, man,
it
it's
hurts.
it's it hurts. And it sucks because every year we're saying the same thing. There's promise for next
Yeah.
year.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's why I don't want to give up on AP. It's like, yeah, I
Right.
like Mike
Right.
Vrabel. Yeah, Ben Johnson would be great, but will
Yeah.
Ben Johnson relate to Shador? Will they get that respect out of it?
No, it's a different mindset. It's a different mindset.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah. So
how many amazing offensive coordinators turned
yeah.
out to be like not so good coaches? You know, it's like if
Yeah.
almost 50-50. So
Every time.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, like, and I also get it's like, what if we miss out on the Vrabel? What if we miss out on these other coaches? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get it. You don't want to miss out on these really good ones. But like, what if AP is that good one? Like, they gave Detroit Campbell. I mean, I hate using that excuse every time, but dude, first 2 seasons horrible.
I mean, but
Um,
I ask you this question. A question at the end of the day, if you don't have a team and you
yeah,
bring in a coach, I mean, then he's gonna start all over. So we're back at square
yeah,
one. If you bring in this
exactly.
coach that says these aren't the type of players that I coach,
Right? Yeah,
then you have to start all over. So
exactly.
I
Because
totally see your point with AP, and I guess AP has kept these guys playing and motivated so far.
yeah,
And I mean, I haven't seen
they
any
love him.
discontent from
Yeah,
the players, speaking out. Besides Adams, that now he's
yeah,
over there. Who knows what the hell he's doing?
yeah,
But
yeah.
the guy has some judgment problems. But
Right? Yeah. He's just
so
hating.
that's
It's like, come
another.
on, man.
But everybody else has
Hmm.
been on board. Everybody else does
Hmm.
what they have to do. All these young players know this is a learning process, a
Yeah,
growing pain,
yeah.
and those that are veteran, I don't see them asking for trades. I don't see them like Max or
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying. Any of those guys,
Exactly.
Hobbs,
Yeah.
any of those
Ex-
guys,
Exactly. And Max, you see the frustration in him, but I mean, he's
right?
just been losing for
Who
so
wants to
long.
fucking lose? Yeah, nobody wants
Yeah,
to fucking lose.
for he has the longest streak of
Yeah,
losing over there. So, like, I get it, and he's not the one. He's not going to pull a Devonte Adams. He's not going to not be a
exactly,
leader.
exactly.
You know how many times have we had asked for Devonte Adams to step up, to say stuff, and like he did it his first week with the Jets, and it's like, come on, bro, you couldn't do that for the Raiders,
Because he knew
like,
he was in a dire situation in the Jets. He knew that
yeah,
he went to the Jets and he was
yeah,
like, "Oh my god, this is more messed up than I thought it would be."
yeah, like this is a shit show, like, bro, yeah, and it's like,
Yeah,
come on now, so
yeah,
yeah, the grass isn't always greener on the other side,
yeah. No, I'm
like,
with you on that. I'm sticking around, even though I don't like his coaching style. Like, there may be some things I wish he was a little more, smart on. Like, obviously,
yeah,
the game calls and stuff like that. But at the end of the
right,
day, he that's not his offense necessarily, right? He's not gonna
right, right.
he's not gonna design every play. So
Exactly, yeah, and
yeah,
he's a defensive coach too,
yeah, he's a
so
defensive coach.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what makes Scott Turner. That's what makes the Turners more, very important. The father and the son.
right, right.
Like, if especially if they continue to next year with those two, it's gonna work great. And maybe he doesn't even need his father next year. Maybe he just needs his father this year because it's the first year. And after that, if he just goes on and improves, like I said, I see an improvement in the offense.
Yeah,
Um, you know,
yeah.
with the quarterback, if we get a better quarterback, then we can judge that style of offense. But I also understand if there's an elite offensive coordinator out there, go get him. Do what you
Yeah,
got to do.
I think that's definitely.
Yeah,
I think that's
because
the
I
one
don't.
part that they can improve coach wise. Yeah, go get yourself a someone that can design offense that with the players that you have.
Yeah,
Don't go
yeah,
out getting an offensive coordinator that can't say, "Oh, I got to work with Justin
yeah.
Fields,"
I
or "I
got to
got to
change the
work with."
scheme.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
exactly.
I mean, use your personnel. I mean, they're using personnel correctly now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, and then
Uh,
in the end, Scott Turner's gonna do that too. Like they're gonna go into the offseason. If he is the offensive coordinator, he's gonna be like, all right, so this is what I need to make my offense work. But we're
mhm.
gonna already have this year of what fits in his offense, like what these players can do and all this stuff. So it's like, let's not mess it up just yet, because if we
Right.
bring in Frable, we're probably gonna get a new OC, we're probably gonna get a new offense,
Yeah. Everything.
DC.
You
So
start from scratch.
uh,
It just doesn't make
yeah,
any. And you're not
exactly.
going to win on the first year, anyways. I mean, Belichick and Tom Brady and all that. The New England Patriots, they were winning that season when Bledsoe got injured
Yeah.
and Tom.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it just happened to be that
yeah,
Tom was elite as well, and
yeah.
he put
Those,
in all that
yeah,
effort. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man. His work ethic is insane. So,
yeah, it's just a little bit of luck, but other than
yeah,
that,
man.
you know,
And like I said, and that's the other thing. Tom Brady in the building. Tom Brady,
right?
Shador. That's another person Shador is going to respect. He's going to have two Super Bowl winning people in his ear. Head coach.
Yeah,
Linebacker, like
exactly.
the quarterback of the defense, and then the probably the greatest quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
So it's like I don't see him like not taking it serious. Like I could see Tom Brady like at the practice field bringing him in, like, hey, this is what you got to see. So when I'm on the blah blah blah, stuff like that, giving his two
yeah,
cents in.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure Shador is going to be like, "What's your work ethic like? How did you come up? Like, what was your daily routine?"
yeah.
And I could see him, Sanders, AP sitting together, just talking and be like, "Yeah, this is this, and this, and this." Like, so that's what matters. And that's what I
Yep,
like to see.
yep. The coaching.
So, and we're just assuming that Sador is going to be our guy because I really think the Giants is going to be a
Yeah,
big threat on
yeah,
getting Shador and whoever else is in front of us. So, Yeah, we'll see what it is, man. I would like to give him a year. I mean, I don't think AP is going to survive next year. Like next year has to be the
Oh
one,
yeah.
which is why I don't want to stopgap at quarterback because it's we're going to do the exact same thing again. And like who we're going to get? Like I don't even know who's going to be out there. Like Sam Darnold. Like what if he's a product of the system? Because the Vikings system is the same is the guy that came from the Shanahan and McVay trees. So it's the exact same offense. So he went from the Niners offense to pretty much something real similar.
Yeah.
And if he comes to us, it's a different offense. So they're from the Nerf Turner tree, the Kubiak tree. So yeah, that you just never know. This year,
That's crazy.
let's just see how it goes. Let's see O'Connell. Even O'Connell's limited, but the offense just looks better. I mean, when our off receivers, that's 2 weeks in a row that a receiver of ours went over 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like last time was Bowers, this one is Jacob.
Yep.
And Mayer. And I think Jacoby did really good last game too. The one before this last one, and so I was like, let's give this man.
As always.
Yeah,
for sure.
And he had that 20-yard run. Yep. Yeah, remember that one? So man, it's like our offense is definitely moving. It's clearly the red zone. And I mean, in the end, I'm just gonna keep saying the same thing over and over. I just feel like it's the quarterback issue.
Yeah,
it's just what it is in the end.
Even though they threw it almost every time they were in the red zone, I don't think they ran it.
Yeah,
but
like
again,
40 attempts.
That's another issue. There's a combination of that, man. The running game and of course the quarterback. So
the running game is a big hurt. Yeah, because that was the whole reason about not bringing Josh Jacobs because we can survive a 2-back system, and we can't. Well, Mathewson was doing his thing. But the Samir runs hurt us a lot where he wasn't getting much. Yeah. And let's see what McCormick does because McCormick did look pretty good, averaging 6 yards per carry, I think it was. So like I want to see more of him. Exactly. For like the first 3 weeks.
So man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we still love you,
Friday,
Samir.
We got the Chiefs in Kansas City,
stanky
2:00 on a Black Friday. I'm gonna be watching. I don't know if you're gonna be shopping, but everything's shopped online anyways.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to go get stampeded down at Walmart, I'll be doing my shopping in my bed, recovering.
Yeah, no, for sure. Then you got Cyber Monday, so yeah.
Yeah, Cyber Monday. You got anything you're gonna get on Black Friday?
A microwave. I need a microwave.
Nice. Yeah. I'm gonna need a new chair. A chair, maybe some Raiders gear on Black Friday sale.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna look for that stuff. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Yeah.
Woo. Raid up.
Watch Raiders. Raiders. Raiders.
Hey.